I think that movie deserves a sequel with the same cast, don't you? Hi, I'm Joan London, and all this week, Good Morning America will be exploring Hong Kong's fabled past, spectacular high-rise present, and uncertain future as control shifts from the British back to the Chinese. We'll see why it's a center for international finance, manufacturing, and world-class shopping. So come along as we say, Megwo Joseon. That's Good Morning America from Hong Kong this week.
Town will also vote on an $8 million expansion of the town central school. The vote will be on a local bond to finance $5.5 million of the project. People in Danby will vote tomorrow on whether they want to preserve 1,600 acres of land. The Taconic Foundation has proposed selling the land to the U.S. Forest Service. Land is mostly higher elevation, starting at 2,500 feet, starting just west of Route 7, stretching west along the Danby border with Dorset. The town will lose $10,000 in tax revenues a year. Forest Service will replace that with only $2,000 a year. The non-binding vote is designed to let selectmen know what the townspeople want. And a New Hampshire woman is suing the American Morgan Horse Association of Shelburne for $9 million for refusing to accept the registration of a mare she says was the dam, the mother of 5 prize-winning foals. Maxine Snow of Newport, New Hampshire has filed a suit in Concord. The association says Snow made arrangements to blood type a different horse and to have that blood typing switched. Snow's lawyer says the association claims are baseless, especially since the association cannot explain how those foals could be judged as world champion Morgans if they were not purebred. And that's the news this Monday afternoon. Sharon Meyer has weather next.
Everybody needs an outlet. This season, come shop at Vermont's largest outlet center. 23 stores and more with plenty of free parking on Shelburne Road off I-89, exit 13, South Burlington.
Miles faces a nuclear threat on vacation.
That bomb goes off, all the sunblock in the world won't save him.
Murphy Brown.
This afternoon at 5.
It was cold.
It was a little chilly. Cold last night. Brownington reporting 8 degrees below zero, but it is going to be warming up a bit. A lot of sunshine today and some rare clear skies tonight. And that is lucky because tonight will be a good night for viewing the Geminid meteor shower. Peak time tonight will be 7 o'clock this evening in the eastern sky. We'll be talking more about that tonight at 6 o'clock. What a weekend we had, though. There was quite a range in snowfall amounts once the changeover took place, and that is mostly because of the interesting topography that we have in the area. Depending on the wind flows and how the lifting of the storms over the mountains will squeeze a little more snow out of the clouds in some of those hills. We saw up to a foot of snow in some parts of the Northeast Kingdom near Sheffield and in Westford. Let's take a look at a few of the other numbers. 10 inches fell in Cambridge, 9 inches in Underhill, 7 inches in Sutton, 6 inches in Enosburg, 2 inches in Morrisville, and only an inch in Plattsburgh. So definitely a range. Some of you saw very little snowfall. Others saw actually quite a bit. Now here in Burlington, we had 3.8 inches. That was after midnight, so the entire storm total was 5.3 inches. For the month so far, that's still below normal by just over an inch. And for the season so far, 14.5 below normal, but of course not by much. The average temperature in Burlington was 17 degrees. That's 7 degrees colder than normal. It gave us 48 heating degree days. Still, so far this December, it has been 20% warmer than normal. And for the entire heating season so far, it's been 3% warmer than normal. Currently in Burlington, under partly cloudy skies, we have a temperature of 30 degrees. The relative humidity, 51%. Barometric pressure has been a little unsteady, 30.23 inches. The winds are from the north at 12 miles per hour, and sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 7:21 and sunset at 4:14. Temperatures are generally in the 20s and 30s already throughout the area. We have 30 degrees being reported in Plattsburgh right now, 28 up in Montreal, 30 in Syracuse, 37 in Buffalo. We do have some milder air, which is going to be moving in for the middle of the week. We have clear skies over the area. That's good news for the meteors tonight. We're going to be looking for those about 7 o'clock tonight. As we look back towards the Midwest, though, there is plenty of inclement weather there. Rain primarily from the southern Great Lakes, the Midwest, on down through the Mississippi Valley, down into the south. Watch for the areas where the yellows and the reds even are popping up. That's indicating some thunderstorm activity, and there was a tornado watch in effect this morning for southern sections of Louisiana. So some rough weather in that part of the country, and yes, we have another storm system climbing on board into the Pacific Northwest. That's going to be bringing some rain into the coastal areas, mountains into the snow, snow into the mountains. Once again, the same type of pattern that we've been seeing for the past several days. So we're going to be watching that one as it treks across the lower 48. High pressure in the east is going to be sliding offshore. It's going to actually be moving fairly slowly, so we are expecting to get another nice day out of this for tomorrow. Then we're going to begin to see some of this moisture spreading into the northeast, and yes, it is going to be warm enough that it's going to be bringing us rain instead of snow, so the snow lovers, you will be disappointed as we head into the mid part of the week. As we look at the temperatures for this afternoon, we're going to be looking at our highs getting up into the 30s throughout most of the northeast. We see 40s back towards the Great Lakes, though, and 50s down through the mid-Atlantic region. And then for tomorrow, we're going to be looking for temperatures again in the 30s, but the 40s will be working their way towards the east, towards the middle of the week. Taking a closer look at that forecast then for the rest of this afternoon. We're going to be looking for sunny skies. Temperatures in the low 30s for those of you in the colder pockets, upper 30s for the rest of us. For tonight, mostly clear skies. The overnight lows 15 to 25 degrees. For Tuesday, partly sunny, highs 35 to 40. The extended outlook for the end of the week, a chance of rain on Wednesday and Thursday, drying out again on Friday. Highs 35 to 45. The overnight lows 25 to 35. Not good news for the snow that we've got on the ground.
Meteor shower tonight, though.
That's right.
Okay, that's our weather and our news. Christmas trees and Across the Fence next.
My Emily. This was the day she got her new potty. Toilet training has been a real challenge. The leading training pants we first tried kept Emily so dry, it was like she was back in diapers. Then we switched to new Pampers trainers with the Feel Wet liner. They let her know when she's wet.
New Pampers trainers with the Feel Wet liner is just wet enough, which may help her train.
She'll laugh at this picture someday.
New Pampers trainers with the Feel Wet liner. The new way to dress for toilet training success.
He protects all living things in the forest, but he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. I never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
The Extension System and Experiment Station of the University of Vermont present your daily Farm and Home program, Across the Fence.
The sight and the smell of a freshly cut, beautifully decorated Christmas tree in your home is a part of family tradition for the Christmas season. Some 36 million real Christmas trees will be enjoyed in homes across America this year. But that tree represents much more than family enjoyment and tradition. It represents investment, livelihood, and hard work for the tree grower. It affects the environment as it grows and after it is cut. As we enter the 1993 Christmas season, it behooves us to take a look at the real Christmas tree and what it means to our environment. I'm Walt Rockwood, a member of the New Hampshire-Vermont Christmas Tree Association, and standing today in the plantation of Steve Landy of the Silver Bells Nursery in Heinsberg. And Steve, I think I'd like to get a little background on your nursery.
Sure. We started in '84. I've got about 150 acres, and when we bought it, we had a forester working for us that had done it.
And that's why I'm inside on a perfect Sunday afternoon, all because of a toy I just had to have.
Wow, I'm glad I got mine for my birthday. Well, see you in school tomorrow.
You can wash up for dinner soon, Buster. And remember, dinner, but no dessert. She really knows how to hurt a guy. One weekend down, 4 more to go. Hi, everyone. It's me, Buster. If you love all the sports we play in Elwood City, you'll love the kids I'm filming on my travels with my dad. Check out what everyone's playing. I'm getting into the action too, and sending it back to my friends in Elwood City on my very own video postcards. They're postcards from Buster.
Visit us online at pbskidsgo.org. You can find Arthur books and lots of other books too at your local library.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If we could learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, or that's the place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If we could learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day.
Funding for Arthur is provided by
Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls. How many seconds are in a minute? 60. It only takes a minute to wake up your mind by learning something new on PBS Kids. Sponsored by Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls.
Chuck E. Cheese's, proud supporter of PBS Kids, helping children discover the fun of developing their bodies and their minds. PBS Kids, where a kid can be a kid.
And by a ready-to-learn television cooperative agreement from the U.S. Department of Education through the Public Broadcasting Service. And by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Local broadcast of Arthur has been made possible in part by Booth Brothers Dairy. Since 1946, providing you and your family with RBST free milk from local farms naturally. Booth Brothers Dairy, Vermont's freshest and finest. By your local McDonald's restaurants, helping bring quality children's programming to our community and our kids. By Dr. Siegel, who is pleased to support high-quality programming on BPT. By Siegel Orthodontics, where innovation and technology like Invisalign are combined with old-fashioned values of quality and individual care.
Jump joy! You're watching PBS Kids on Vermont Public Television.
Local broadcast of Clifford is supported in part by Smuggler's Notch, Vermont, America's Family Resort, award-winning children's programs presented year-round. By the Vermont Children's Hospital at Fletcher Allen Healthcare, a full-service hospital within a hospital, providing family-centered care for children and their families throughout Vermont and northern New York. This program is also supported by contributing members just like you.
Clifford is funded in part by a ready-to-learn television cooperative agreement from the U.S. Department of Education through the Public Broadcasting Service.
Chuck E. Cheese's, proud supporter of PBS Kids. Know that inside every kid, there's a lot of different kids learning to have fun. PBS Kids, where a kid can be a kid.
Clifford is made possible in part by the makers of Danimals Yogurt, proud to help your child's growth and development flourish.
And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and from viewers like you.
Our trees, our
Great.
plants.
Good. And what about the artificial tree, Lee?
Well, yes, in a sense. If you take good care of an artificial tree, in which I mean be careful with it and so on, it'll last you for a long time. But inevitably, it'll end up in the landfill. And no matter what is said, natural trees are better for the environment and are the eco-safe choice.
Well, Brad and Dan, since these trees are environmentally friendly and they give off oxygen, we ought to know, well, how's oxygen produced?
Oh, well, it's produced by humans breathing out carbon dioxide and the leaves taking in the carbon dioxide and exchanging it with oxygen.
Oh, great. And what's that called when plants make food?
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, great. So that's what all these trees here are doing, aren't they? They're giving off oxygen and taking in carbon dioxide and making it better for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Good. Thanks.
Okay.
Well, we've talked with the Heinsberg Elementary School kids about the environmental aspects of the real Christmas tree, and we've talked with Steve Landay about tree production and his operation. And now it's time to consider what we're going to do in terms of finding that Christmas tree, and then once we get it home, how best to get the most enjoyment out of it. In terms of finding the tree, the New Hampshire-Vermont Christmas Tree Association this year published a buyer's guide listing 60 growers throughout Vermont and New Hampshire, and this guide is available to listeners from the New Hampshire-Vermont Christmas Tree Association in Wolcott, Vermont. Growers listed in the buyer's guide are association members and take great pride in the tree that they grow and in the trees that they sell, and people use and be guaranteed that they're going to get a top tree for the holiday. Once you get the tree home, to take care of it. There are several important things that you should do. First of all, keep the place inside. Make a fresh cut in the base of the tree, put it in your tree stand, and push water, and keep it in water for as long as you keep it in the house. A freshly cut 6-foot tree can drink as much as a gallon of water a day, and so it's important to check it frequently and keep the water level up. Also available from the New Hampshire Christmas Tree Association is a care contract leaf that you can request for taking care of your tree. These tips are covered in there. Recycling of the family Christmas tree is becoming a very important topic among Christmas tree growers. The growers belonging to the New Hampshire-Vermont Christmas Tree Association are keenly interested in what happens to the Christmas tree after Christmas. And as more and more town dumps and landfills close, this will become a more important aspect of Christmas. The New Hampshire-Vermont Christmas Tree Association, in cooperation with the Vermont Merry Mulch Project this year, obtained Christmas tree mulching signs to identify places throughout Vermont, as well as at sites in New Hampshire where you can get your Christmas tree mulched. These signs, 2 by 2 with green, identify the Merry Mulch Project, so look for these signs as you think about disposing of your tree after Christmas. For more information on the Merry Mulch Project, viewers can phone the recycling hotline in Vermont. The number is 1-800-932-7100.
Notice, the following message from Hill's Remodel Store is intended for home viewing only. Our shelves are bursting with quality, brand names you know and trust. And with Hill's new remodeled setup, shopping is easier than ever. Spacious open floor plan, wider aisles, impressive new displays. Revisit and rediscover the all-new Hills with the same low prices every day.
I've wanted to pursue a career in cosmetology for a long time, and my wish is finally coming true thanks to OTC. They teach the most innovative techniques in hair, skin, and nails. The people are great, the instructors are wonderful.
It challenges your dedication and creativity.
I'm very confident that I'll find it.
The New York market, and despite police crackdowns and seizures, the supply of powder on the streets remains steady.
It's hard to say that the death of one man is going to impact significantly on the multi-billion-dollar trade, but his death, again, I think is symbolic.
But not to recovering addicts who say targeting demand is the only answer.
You don't go after the dealers. The main thing, you go after the people that are using it and educate them, tell them all the dangers of it.
Drug treatment counselors say the nation's current war on drugs just isn't working. One said, instead of targeting the notorious, target the everyday user. Give him a reason not to get high. Giselle Fernandez, CBS News, New York.
State police in St. Albans have busted a dangerous burglary ring in Franklin County. Police claim 22-year-old Eric Edson and at least 2 others went on a spree last month, stealing guns and jewelry. Today, Edson pleaded innocent to burglary charges and was released on bond, while Edson is not considered dangerous. 2 other suspects are.
One of these burglaries had a very unusual factor and a very reprehensible one, and that is that in the course of doing the burglary, the burglars executed the family household pet dog, as it cowered in a bedroom.
The teen suspected of shooting the dog was arrested 2 weeks ago on a separate charge. State police expect to make a 3rd arrest on Monday. New York State Police have seized yet another load of illegal liquor near the Mohawk Reservation in Hogansburg. It's the 2nd bust in the area just this week. 1,700 bottles of untaxed liquor was discovered on Wednesday. Today, police stopped another tractor trailer carrying about the same amount of illegal booze. The driver, 65-year-old Milton Howard of Florida, was charged with felony possession of untaxed liquor. Officials believe it was bound for the St. Regis Indian Reservation to be sold for a high profit. A Bennington teen has been charged with assault and robbery for mugging an elderly woman earlier this week. Police say 18-year-old Todd Merrill confessed to knocking down 83-year-old Lena Leonard and taking her purse. A second teen was questioned but has not been charged. Leonard told police 2 teens knocked her down, laughed at her, then took her purse with just $6 in it. State fire investigators, that is, spent part of the day in Barrie trying to figure out what started a 4-alarm fire in a house on Wiley Street last night. Preliminary reports show that the fire started in the basement near a wood stove. Officials say the house was gutted by the fire and, due to extensive smoke and water damage, is no longer suitable to live in. Damage is estimated at more than $75,000. Still ahead on tonight's Channel 3 Late News, authorities release new information on last night's fatal plane crash in New Hampshire, and Natalie Borak finds plenty of life in a home for people to die. Those stories and all the rest of today's news, weather, and sports when we come back.
Okay, get this. During Ford's Leadership Sales Drive, you can bring home an $18,825 94 Ford Taurus GL for just $8,304. Here's how. Lease it for this amount of time with this much down. Plus, it comes with all this equipment. So, remember, drive this for just this by Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, but only at your New England and Northern New York Ford dealer. See you there.
Two great furniture stores. One massive wall-to-wall sell-off. Don's Wayside Furniture and Carpets, East Johnsbury, and the Furniture Barn in East Montpelier have joined forces to offer unbelievable savings on an overstock of name-brand furniture and bedding. The Cody family has been in the furniture business for 26 years, and this is the biggest selling event in their history. Hurry to Don's Wayside Furniture and Carpet, Route 2, East St. Johnsbury, or the Furniture Barn, Route 2, East Montpelier. Two great stores. One massive wall-to-wall sell-off. Going on now.
The only survivor of a plane crash last night in New Hampshire is in satisfactory condition at the Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center. Ed Fictus of Cleveland, Ohio, survived the crash, which killed the pilot and another passenger. Preliminary investigation shows that the pilot apparently did not see a hill about 200 yards off the runway and flew into it. It took rescue workers about 90 minutes to find the wreckage. Yet another mishap today involving an F-16 fighter jet. This one, an Air Force plane that burst into flames just as the pilot touched down on a runway in Richmond, Virginia. An FAA official says the pilot safely ejected from the plane while it was still rolling. The cause of the fire is not yet known. Well, as long as Ron Como stays in Vermont, the state's Medicaid program will pay his medical bills. Como is the brain-damaged man at the center of the controversial Right to Live case in Bennington. He was being allowed to die in his hospital bed when his brothers were brought in from Massachusetts and assumed guardianship. They want to return him to Massachusetts and place him in a long-term care home. But the family's lawyer, Tom McCormick, says he's been told that Vermont will only continue to pay Medicaid benefits if Como is kept in Vermont. McCormick says he doesn't know yet if the family will agree to that or if they'll pursue Medicaid eligibility in Massachusetts. Hundreds of Vermont patients who are deemed terminally ill spend their final days in the tender, loving care of a hospice home. The Vermont Respite House is just such a home, but as Natalie Borak found out, it's not just a place where people go to die.
Words are a part of 92-year-old Eleanor Ferguson's daily life, whether it's playing a fierce game of Scrabble with her daughter Edith House.
No, I was going to go there, but that you're always doing that.
Or spending time with her books, crosswords, or jumbles. Eleanor Ferguson just loves words. So much so, she has put them down on paper over the years.
All my life, I never called them poems. I just called them rhymes. But then my daughter discovered them a couple of years ago and decided they were poems.
And decided to publish them in book form, just as a memento for the family.
I think it was quite a profound experience for both of us working on this book.
Especially profound because all of this was done while Eleanor was waiting to die here at the Respite House.
Respite House is what you might call a final stomping ground, a place where people come to live their last days. But as Eleanor Ferguson has proved, it doesn't mean you have to stop living.
That's really the core, I think, of the hospice philosophy and our philosophy here. That one of the phrases that hospice workers will tell you is, working with dying people teaches me how to live.
You can see that as you look around at other residents of Respite House. Their joy for life shines through as they dine together. Eleanor Ferguson says it has helped her live longer.
But everybody comes in is supposed to be only guaranteed for 6 months. I fooled them. I've been here 2.5 years. But I have a bad heart, and I could go at any time.
So you sound at peace with that.
Yeah. Doesn't bother me at all.
Natalie Borak, Channel 3 News, Williston.
Laura Hogan is in now with a check on the weather. Rain stopped today, Laura, but if those maps we saw last night are any indication, we're not going to see the sunshine much anytime soon.
That's for sure, Roger. One storm left the area. Another one is already on its heels, starting to move in. We saw rain here in the Champlain Valley, freezing rain over in the Connecticut River Valley. That caused some icy spots for the morning commute. But the rain has moved now offshore. The temperatures rose a bit, but the clouds stayed with us. Let's take a look at the current conditions here in Burlington. We do have cloudy skies, the temperature 36 degrees, and the relative humidity is at 82%. The barometer is holding steady for the past 3-4 hours, 30.22 inches. The winds are out of the west at 7 miles per hour. Now we take a look across the northeast at some of the temperatures, see what's going on with the radar tonight. And we can see the temperatures are a little bit milder. They're in the mid-30s. They're going to be dropping a few degrees overnight. But one thing to look at is we're already seeing more rain moving into the area over Lake Erie, starting to head into the westernmost sections of New York State. We're going to be seeing more of that as the night progresses and into tomorrow. Here's a look on it on the national loop. Now, while that rain moved out this morning, low clouds were very stubborn and they hung in over the northeast. We really didn't see much sun at all today. High clouds are now already pushing in behind that ahead of this next storm system. This storm has lots of moisture with it, both from a subtropical jet stream coming in from the Pacific, a low-level inflow from the Gulf of Mexico has already produced between 2 and close to 7 inches of rain over portions of Texas and Arkansas, and all this moisture is now moving up into the Ohio River Valley. Here's a look at the storm here, where the storm center is. We did see the heavier rainfall. That's because the storm has been very slow to move over the past 24 hours. The northern extent of the rain, though, now into Lake Erie, and it'll probably reach across the western third of New York State sometime later tonight. Now for tomorrow, that rain, as it moves into the Adirondacks and the northern Green Mountains, is likely going to change to snow. Now, you've been hearing Sharon talk about winter weather awareness all week. Looks like here in the northern sections of New York State and Vermont, we'll see our share of winter weather this weekend. Bring you all the details of the forecast when we come back.
How to be a bridesmaid. Outfit must be petroleum-based for maximum discomfort. Add big ruffles, big hair, for a big, big look. You are now a bridesmaid.
Introducing Riders jeans and casual wear. Be yourself. Come in now to Ames for Riders jeans and casual wear.
The doors are open in 93 to the best of 94. The best of 94. It's Toyota's first sales event of the new model year. Their silver anniversary option package savings on Corolla. And a Toyota Touch lease that makes it easy to get into Corolla. A benchmark of quality in America for 25 years. Take advantage.
Temperatures will be dropping into the upper 20s across the northeast and south, 30s here in the Champlain Valley for tomorrow. Snow developing by late afternoon, could mix with sleet or freezing rain here in the north. For the south, look for rain by the afternoon. Could mix with a little bit of snow. Temperatures in the 30s for tomorrow night. Snow with some sleet, rain, or freezing rain here in the north. All rain in the south. Temperatures in the 30s. And then for Sunday, mostly cloudy. Still snow or rain in the north with a chance of showers down in the south. Temperatures not gaining very much during the day. And then for the next few days, showers or flurries on Monday, even flurries on Tuesday. Sun reappearing on Wednesday. It's going to be a bit of a mess this weekend.
Tomorrow's weather, any concern for people out doing their Christmas shopping?
If you're going to be out on the roads, you know, in case we get any sleet or freezing rain, there is a possibility. Over in the Adirondacks, they are expecting more snow.
Okay, thanks a lot, Laura. The people of the northern New England are about to begin what could be a contentious debate about the future use of 26 million acres of forest land. The forests stretch across 4 states from the Adirondacks in northern New York to the top of Maine. Some is public land, much of it privately owned by large timber companies, all of it facing development pressures. Tonight, about 50 people discuss the types of land use decisions that could be made by Congress and state legislatures if residents can't agree. Success hinges on changing the way the land is taxed and a pragmatic demonstration of widespread political interest at hearings to be held this winter.
I think these hearings are going to be the major pivotal point there, and it's going to depend on the turnout. So if people are interested in this issue and are interested in conserving our natural resources and seeing a stable economy up in that area based on our natural resources, this is the time to act when these hearings happen in February and March.
Members of the Northern Forest Lands Council organizing this winter's hearings have vowed to keep the debate over the future land use in the Northeast from becoming a repeat of the bitter struggle between environmentalists and loggers in the Pacific Northwest. Opponents of a Walmart store in Williston have gone back to court to try to stop that project. Citizens for Responsible Growth filed another court appeal today, this time arguing that a Superior Court judge erred in his handling of an earlier case. Developer Jeff Davis says there's no basis for the appeal, and he said today's action by CRG is yet another abuse of the appeal process. Trolley cars haven't rolled up Burlington's hillside streets since the 1920s, but they may again before the year 2000. A preliminary study has transportation planners encouraged. Cars and trolleys were once prevalent in cities across America, but the fascination with the automobile led to the phase-out of those light rail systems in the 40s and 50s. Now, as roads become more crowded and costly to build, mass transit alternatives like light rail have come back into fashion. That led to a preliminary study of light rail transit here in the Burlington area. Light rail advocates see it as an alternative to the automobile that will help reduce the traffic, parking, and pollution problems in downtown Burlington. But they also see it as more than just a mass transit system.
This sort of an approach could lend sort of a signature to the community, if you will, giving the community a very strong identity from the point of view of visitors, from the point of view of higher education, and from the point of view of quality of life.
The initial study looked at 3 possible rail routes, the most feasible of which would start at the Burlington waterfront, run up Main Street and out Williston Road to the Burlington International Airport.
That appears to be the strongest corridor in terms of the economic impacts of the system as well as ridership. Oh yes, definitely.
The initial study also recommends an overhead electric-powered train, similar but more modern than Boston's T-Line. The startup cost is projected at about $50 million, and the estimated ridership is 3,000 to 6,000 people per day. But cost, ridership, and a variety of other issues still need further study before the project becomes anything more than just a vision. The steering committee for the project is expected to order a more detailed study at its meeting next week. Stay with us. Coming next on tonight's Late News, a longtime employee of the University of Vermont says goodbye.
Ethan Allen's fall sale is now in progress with great savings on solid American furniture that's everything but colonial. Introducing Country Crossings from Ethan Allen, sophisticated country for today's more casual lifestyles. Introducing American Impressions, solid cherry furniture that strikes the perfect balance between form and function. Introducing American Dimensions, graphic beauty and simplicity of design in the Shaker tradition. Come to Ethan Allen today during our annual fall sale, where as always you'll find more than you think for less than you think.
Okay, get this. During Ford's Leadership Sales Drive, you can bring home a $13,728 F-150 special for just $5,779. Here's how. Lease it for this amount, and for this amount of time, with this much down. Plus, it comes with all this equipment. So remember, drive this for just this by Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, but only at your New England and Northern New York Ford dealers. See you there.
The magic of the season comes alive when you visit the Church Street Marketplace.
Select a child's name from Expression's Giving Tree and make the holidays brighter for a child.
Season's greetings from the Church Street Marketplace in downtown Burlington.
The only African-American dean the University of Vermont has ever had officially retired today. Larry McCrory came to UVM 27 years ago as a professor of physiology. At one point, he was also vice president for academic affairs. In 1981, McCrory became the dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences. Today, he told friends that even though he's leaving UVM, he will still work.
I'll be teaching at the medical schools both in Grenada and the Ross Medical School in Dominica, hopefully in the wintertime. As a matter of fact, I really have arranged it that way, so that's going to work out quite well. So I'll be doing the same thing there that I've done here, and that is to teach.
McCrory was also instrumental in promoting diversity on campus. He leaves UVM after 27 years of service. The tiny hospital in Ticonderoga, New York has been fighting off competitors to stay alive. Now the hospital and the competition say they will work together. Jack LeDuc explains.
Unless the 39-bed Moses Ludington Hospital recruits more doctors, the hospital's prognosis is terminal. That's where Hudson Headwaters comes in with experience in recruiting doctors. With a network of over a half-dozen healthcare units in the Adirondacks, they have the know-how. Healthcare is changing rapidly in New York State and across the country, and Moses Ludington feels they too must change to survive.
I think the concept of health network is really crucial here. I think the state is looking at what these health networks are going to be. Rural health care is changing. They are looking to establish rural health networks as a way to provide rural health care.
We're talking about Ticonderoga being in an interim role as a member of the Hudson Headwaters team, with hopefully becoming at some point in the future a standalone operation which may in fact have its own satellites.
But Hudson claims they too need help from the ailing Ticonderoga Hospital to keep their Ticonderoga primary care satellite office open and the doctors in the community. They asked for a $120,000 contribution, but the surrounding towns turned them down. They said they would now look at new ways to maintain stability.
Jack LeDuc, Channel 3 News, in Ticonderoga.
When we come back, we'll check up on the Endeavor crew, 820,000 miles away.
Continuous improvement through constant innovation. It's how Cadillac is creating a higher standard with America's favorite luxury sedan, the 1994 Cadillac DeVille. Completely redesigned with more than 100 newly refined features, each created to keep the driving experience as rewarding as possible. And now DeVille's newest innovation, a $469 a month lease for 24 months with $2,200 down. See the Cadillac Super Network dealers of New England.
Hi, I'm Steve Kidder. How did you sleep last night? I promise you'll enjoy a good night's sleep on any set of Sealy Posturepedic or Stearns & Foster Correct Comfort, or we'll exchange it. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're offering a special direct-to-you factory rebate on every set of Posturepedic and Correct Comfort bedding. Now's the time to save on a quality sleep set. Our best price guarantee says you won't buy it for less anywhere else. Visit us this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Wood & Kidder and Kidder Newhouse.
Subaru announces a $2,000 cash rebate on the new Impreza L four-door sedan. Retail $12,999, now $10,999. Never before has Subaru offered all these luxury features at such a low price. Driver's airbag, air conditioning, four-wheel passive steering, power windows and door locks, AM/FM stereo radio, tilt steering wheel, tinted glass, rear defrost, and much more. Subaru value with all these luxury features. Now only $10,999 for a limited time. See your Subaru dealer now.
After racking up 820,000 miles circling the Earth, the astronauts are getting ready to repair the Hubble telescope. Nancy Holland tells us all about it.
Angles the hole in the middle of it all.
Astronauts awakened for a day of preparations.
Everything looking good.
Everything will have to look good for the grapple to work. Endeavour will move within 35 feet of the bus-sized telescope. As the two move through space at 5 miles a second, the arm will be extended. Ground controllers have already sent orders to Hubble to shut down and get ready.
The telescope itself was commanded to rotate into the rendezvous attitude to await the arrival of Endeavour.
There is only enough fuel aboard Endeavour for one chance.
We expect to get grappled with HST with significantly more propellant than we have budgeted.
When the Hubble is on the end of the arm, it will be lowered onto a special platform that looks much like a Lazy Susan. and the real repairs will be set to begin. Astronauts Hoffman and Musgrave will make the first of the planned spacewalks early Sunday morning when they leave Endeavour to try to fix Hubble's gyros. At the Johnson Space Center, Nancy Holland for CBS News.
Stay with us. Sports is next, and the NBA's Houston Rockets were after their record-setting 16th consecutive win. And the struggling Montreal Canadiens took their act into Washington. Bob Harwood has highlights and more when we return.
A lot of champagne glasses have been used to prove how smooth a car can be at high speed. Surely, a toast is in order for a truck that can do the same. New Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
The defending Stanley Cup champions not anywhere near the top of the standings right now.
No, and of course in Montreal, Roger, it's what have you done for me lately? The Stanley Cup champions are spinning their wheels, and some of the heavyweights are being told to shape up or to expect changes. And that meant closed-door meetings today with Coach Jacques Demers, one-on-one, including former cut-him-out John LeClaire and Vincent Damphousse, and they were apparently read the riot act for their lack of production. The Habs took a 3-6-1 record from their last 10 games into a meeting with the Washington Capitals tonight. Well, LeClaire responded with a goal early on, and that made it 1-0 Montreal. Then Guy Carbonneau made it 2-0 with a slap shot. But the Habs were held scoreless for the next 59 minutes of play, including overtime. Dave Poulin cut the lead in half, and the Capitals continued to check Montreal off the puck, and the Caps finally tied it up. 12:29 left in regulation. Sylvain Côté's shot is deflected to Pat Peake in front of the net, and he's got the open side. No scoring in overtime. The Habs and the Capitals settle for a 2-2 tie. Fifth place Quebec Nordiques on the island tonight, tied at 1 in the second period. Ian Fraser sets up in the slot, and watch the bounce off the Islanders' defenseman's stick. He turns, boom, through the legs of Ron Hextall for the 2-1 Quebec lead. Just over a minute later, the Nords turn great defense into offense. A steal at the blue line, Big Matt Sundin sends Andrei Kovalenko in on his former teammate. He beats Hextall, and the Nords beat New York. 3-2 Quebec was the final on the island tonight. There is the 2-2 overtime tie, Montreal and Washington. Detroit, an 8-1 win over Ottawa tonight. Seems the Senators can only beat the Canadiens. Right now in the first period, San Jose a 1-0 lead over Winnipeg. The Norwich Cadets hosted Trinity tonight and did not roll out the red carpet. Ryan Baines to James Boyles for his first of 2 on the night, and a 1-0 lead after 1. Norwich on the attack in the second period. One of those home ice bounces coming up off the dasher board, off the side of the net, and Jody Forseth makes it a 2-0 Cadets lead. Third period, up 7-0. This one was never close. They capped the night off a turnover. Jim Randazza grabs the loose puck and scores the final goal of the game. 8-0 Norwich tonight. It was not pretty in Northfield. Elsewhere, Middlebury improves to 1-3, their first win of the year with a 5-3 win over Connecticut College. Well, the UVM Hockey Cats are certainly on a roll, coming off non-conference victories over Merrimack and UMass Lowell. The Cats host the University of Ottawa GGs tomorrow night at Gutterson in a 7 p.m. start.
They beat Colgate and then lost to Merrimack in the finals of their tournament. And, you know, they're older and they're going to be a tough team. But I think the way we're playing right now, they don't have a chance against us as long as we just stay to our game.
I think that everybody's got his confidence back after the loss of Dartmouth at Dartmouth. I think that loss make us come back on the hurt and say, well, we have to be present at each game and work hard each game. And I think that's what we did the last 3 games we played after that loss.
2 straight wins over the Canadians, and of course the Senators think they can beat the Catamounts. In the NBA tonight, the Boston Celtics had a chance to pass the Orlando Magic in the Atlantic Division standings. The Portland Trailblazers were 8-6 coming into the Garden. The Celtics were 8-7. Late first quarter, the Celtics without Dee Brown and Kevin Gamble tonight, but they worked the running game. Sherman Douglas to Rick Fox to the X-Man, and McDaniel hits the 18-footer and finished the game with 19 points. Chris Ford got another solid night out of Fox. 25 2 nights ago. He led with 22 points tonight and had a sharp eye for the assists. He hits a cutting Ed Pigney to the basket, and Pigney throws it down for 2. The Celtics led by 5 for at least the last 44 minutes of the ball game. 114-108 was the final. The Houston Rockets have been stopped. They took on Atlanta tonight, seeking a record 16th straight win, but Dominique Wilkins had a 27-point night for the Hawks, and his backcourt mate Mookie Blaylock couldn't miss either. He buries the off-balance leaner, the buzzer beater, 28 points on the night. The Rockets streak stops at 15 straight. Atlanta 133, Houston 111. Elsewhere, there is the Celtics 6-point win. A few other scores in the NBA: San Antonio by 10, Phoenix by 1 over New Jersey, Chicago 104, Miami 99. It was Milwaukee 107, Dallas 106. Denver by 5 right now in the first quarter over Charlotte. Men's college basketball, Champlain 499 wins now for Coach Bob Tipson, a 92-67 win over Baltimore City Community College. Excuse me, Ann Williams, a 72-59 win over Norwich. Quickly to the women's scores, and that is going to be at 61 for Virginia State. St. Michael's an 80-point win tonight, and Green Mountain a 62-61 win over Coast Guard. All kinds of action tonight. We'll try to squeeze in a couple of high school scores in a minute or two.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Stay with us. Coming next on the Channel 3 Late News, spend a little, save a lot, simply by mashing your trash.
Okay, get this. During Ford's leadership sales drive, you can bring home an $18,825 94 Ford Taurus GL for just $8,304. Here's how. Lease it for this amount of time with this much down. Plus, it comes with all this equipment.